Hey everyone, this is Jeremy with today's One at One Testimony Edition, and it looks like I've been challenged by Ab, so here's my story. The only church I've ever regularly gone to is Diamond Canyon Christian Church, which at the time I started going was Rowland Heights First Christian Church. And at age 3, I was originally brought to the church along with my older brother and sister by my cousins because my parents didn't go to church at that time. And my cousins didn't have a big enough car to fit all of us, so they would borrow my parents' van and we would ride to church together every Sunday. So growing up in the church started the foundation of my relationship with God, but I didn't make my own decision until I was in the 5th grade. The only problem was I didn't take it seriously enough, and being a people pleaser was more of a priority to me than being a child of God. And it made it so that basically I was leading different lives depending on who I was with at the time. So at church I was the perfect Christian, and I knew all the Bible stories, I memorized the scriptures that I was asked to memorize, and I'd be the first one to shoot up my hand to give all the right answers. But at school I was a completely different kid. I'd say the same curse words as my friends did. I would do all the bad things that they do just so that I'd fit in, because that's what I cared about more. I'm embarrassed to say that went on for a couple of years, until I heard a speaker up at camp. It was a summer camp at Angeles Crest Christian Camp. Read a scripture in Revelation that convicted me just straight towards my heart. It's Revelation chapter 3, verse 16 that says, "So, because you are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold, I'm about to spit you out of my mouth." I felt like when I heard that scripture from that speaker that was a challenge directly to me. And I made a decision right then and there that my identity would be solely as a child of God. And I never looked back, using Romans 1:16, "I'm not ashamed of the gospel," as a life verse. I've been spiritually poured into by lots of people throughout my life. And some I'd just like to name are Matt Jones and Sean Brenner, who have been my best friends since we were 3 years old. Jason Phillips is someone who taught me how to play guitar and gave me my first opportunity to lead worship for our youth group. Darlene Jones, really the whole Jones family, but Darlene specifically taught me that creativity and a love for Christ can impact people young and old in such a powerful way. Pastor Jim Price, who's given me lots of great wisdom about ministry that I still apply today. Ab Castle, who was my youth pastor and now I even share an office with. Yes, pray for me. I started working at the church part-time back in 1996 as an intern, and I've been serving ever since. All of the input from those people that have poured into me, combined with being in the Word and praying regularly, led me to just feel a real calling to go into full-time ministry, which was also a decision I made at Angeles Crest. And after graduating from Hope International University, I was ordained to do just that in 2009, with many of you there in attendance. I don't have a dramatic conversion story, but my life nonetheless has been dramatically changed by putting my faith in God and serving Him with everything I've got. My adventure as a Christ follower has allowed me to make friends that have stuck with me my entire life. It's allowed me to meet the person who would eventually become my wife and partner in ministry, Jessica, and partner in raising our 3 children. It's allowed me to lead people in praise and worship of our great God, and even get paid doing it, including at camps and conferences. It's allowed me to have the honor of seeing others serving on my worship team end up going into ministry. It's allowed me to participate in, and eventually even lead mission trips to East Africa multiple times. And it's allowed me to have the honor of shepherding God's people for over 21 years full time. I hope this can be an encouragement to you, and I definitely want to keep this going. So it's my turn to challenge someone. And you know who hasn't done this yet? Guy. Come on, Guy. It's your turn. Tomorrow, keep it going during One at One. All right, thanks for listening, everyone.